58% of married people have financially deceived their spouse at some point. Not necessarily dramatic deception, a purchase hidden from the budget, a debt not disclosed before marriage, a savings account the other partner does not know exists. That figure is from the Infidelity survey, a nationally representative study of 946 married adults. The researchers called it financial infidelity. Financial disagreements are the strongest predictor of divorce, stronger than communication problems, stronger than conflict frequency. Research consistently finds that financial conflicts last longer, are harder to resolve, and carry more weight in marriages than other types of disagreements. The Fidelity 2024 Couples and Money Study found that a quarter of couples say money is their greatest relationship challenge. The problem is not income, it is alignment. And alignment is not automatic, it is built. By the end of this video, you will have the biblical framework for financial unity in marriage and the practical tools for implementing it. Genesis 2:24, narrative. For this reason, a man will leave his father and mother and be united to his wife, and they will become one flesh. The unity described here carried economic weight in the ancient context. The household was a unified economic unit. Resources, obligations, and labor held jointly. There was no separate marital estate. The modern concept of financial separation in marriage, separate accounts, separate spending, individual financial identities, is a relatively recent development. The research on marital financial conflict suggests it is not serving households well. Ecclesiastes 4:9-12, wisdom literature. Two are better than one because they have a good return on their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. A cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. Two are better because of the return on labor, not just the emotional comfort, the financial return. The partnership produces more than either individual alone. Amos 3:3, wisdom literature. Do two walk together unless they have agreed? Financial alignment in marriage is not optional maintenance, it is the prerequisite for the journey together. Financial infidelity has a specific anatomy. Of the 58% of married adults who had financially deceived their spouse, the Infidelity survey found the most common forms were hiding a purchase, lying about the cost of something, maintaining a hidden account, and concealing debt. These are not dramatic betrayals. They are small, repeated decisions to manage money outside the household's shared visibility, often justified as avoiding conflict or maintaining personal autonomy. The research on the effects is consistent. Financial infidelity erodes trust at similar depth to other forms of marital deception. The discovery tends to reframe the entire financial history of the relationship. What else was hidden? What decisions were made on incomplete information? Proverbs 31:10-18, wisdom literature. The capable partner described here manages land purchases, trading operations, and household provision with the full knowledge and trust of the household.
There is no shadow ledger in Proverbs 31. Proverbs 11:3, wisdom literature. The integrity of the upright guides them, but the unfaithful are destroyed by their duplicity. Financial integrity in marriage is about the absence of a shadow ledger, a financial life conducted outside the household's shared knowledge. Not every financial conflict in marriage is infidelity. Most of it is structural. The behavioral economics literature consistently finds that people carry fundamentally different inherited frameworks for money into marriage, frameworks absorbed from childhood households and never consciously examined. EP17 covered the Klontz money script research on this. In marriage, two sets of inherited beliefs meet inside one household budget. The saver experiences the spender's behavior as a threat to security. The spender experiences the saver's behavior as restriction. Both are driven by formation, not morality. Neither partner is likely to recognize the other's behavior as a different inherited framework until someone names it. Romans 12:2, an epistle. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. The renewal of the mind in financial partnership is the work of surfacing the inherited framework, examining it together, and replacing it with a deliberate shared theology of money, the stewardship theology from EP 26, rather than two competing sets of unexamined inherited defaults. This is the work before the budget conversation. Most couples skip it and fight about the budget instead. Here is the framework stated plainly. Financial unity in marriage requires three things, in order. Shared theology first. What does this household believe money is for? The stewardship theology from EP 26 is the shared framework both partners need before any budget conversation produces lasting alignment. Full transparency second. Both partners have visibility into all accounts, all income, all obligations, all balances. Not surveillance, shared knowledge. No financial life conducted outside the household's shared understanding. Unified architecture third. The EP20 automated system is jointly authorized. The EP24 debt sequence is jointly prioritized. The EP18 reserve account is jointly named. No unilateral decisions about significant financial resources. Amos 3:3. Do two walk together unless they have agreed? The financial framework is the path. The monthly money meeting is the ongoing agreement that keeps both partners walking it together. Here is how to implement financial unity starting this month. The monthly money meeting.
Not a budget review. A 30-minute life meeting once a month scheduled in advance. Agenda. Current balances on all accounts, including the EP18 high-yield savings reserve, the EP24 debt sequence progress, any income changes. One significant upcoming financial decision. One shared goal update. One money script to surface and examine together. EP17 material applied to the marriage. Full transparency implementation. Both partners added as joint holders to every account. Both have login credentials. A shared net worth document. All assets, all deaths, all balances. Updated monthly at the meeting. If hidden accounts exist, disclose them now. The discovery of financial infidelity is significantly more damaging than voluntary disclosure. Individual spending margin. Both partners have a jointly agreed personal spending amount that requires no approval or reporting. Everything above it is a household decision. This structure provides the personal financial autonomy that drives most small-scale financial infidelity and makes the shadow ledger unnecessary. The monthly money meeting is the practical implementation of Proverbs 27:23, knowing the condition of the flocks, done jointly every month. Have the first monthly money meeting this week, not next month, this week. Open a shared document. Add every account, all bank accounts, the EP18 high-yield savings reserve, the EP14 Roth IRA, the EP24 debt balances. Add current balances. Show it to your partner. If your partner has not seen the complete financial picture before, that is exactly what the monthly money meeting is designed to normalize. Ecclesiastes 4:9. Two are better than one because they have a good return for their labor. The return on financial partnership is not sentiment, it is outcomes. The household that runs the EP20 system with full alignment, shared ownership, and monthly joint review builds the inheritance at a rate neither partner could reach alone. Start the meeting this week. Now that the financial unity framework is in place, shared theology, full transparency, unified architecture, the complete covenant wealth foundation is operational. The next video covers what the series has intentionally saved for this point, what the Bible says about investing specifically, the instruments, the biblical logic, and the allocation decisions available to a household that has built the foundation. The parable of the talents named the expectation.
The next video tells you what to do with it. It is queued up right now.